Hello, my name is Navigator, and in today's video we're going to be discussing a question that I kind of have been thinking about lately. What is better to play in for Fallout 76, first person or third person? Now, I put out a community post on my channel asking the same question, and I got a ton of responses, which I will share in this video, and I also put a little bit of a message into the DTD Discord. Shout out to DTD Gamer, go subscribe to him, but I got some responses in there as well. So what I'm going to do here is first I'm going to go over kind of my reasoning very briefly, and then I'm going to talk about what the guys said in the DTD Discord, and then I'll talk about all of your comments from my community post. So, very simply and very straightforward, I like first person because it is really great for looting, and if you're like playing a mission or something, just getting that kind of the best visual possible, making sure you're looking around and everything, especially for dialogue and all that. Obviously, that is why people like first person, and obviously, you get to see your hands holding the gun. That's my reasoning for first person. For third person, when I'm bored or when I'm kind of in a very cinematic area or if I'm in a big fight or a big event, I will go in third person to number one, see all the enemies around me, and number two, because I like looking at my character and my outfit and seeing all that, just looking really cool. I'll zoom all the way out. But anyways, that's my reasoning. Let's get into the meat of this, and I want to find out what you guys think. So I haven't really looked at any of these responses yet, so let's find out. All right. So the DTD Discord, I asked, question for 76 players. Do you play in first person or third person, and why? Captain Rex 58, actually I've known him for quite a while in the Discord here. He said, for me personally, I like playing both ways. I like to play when I use ranged weapons in third person. That way I can see what I'm hearing. And then if I go to decide, to go to Mile, or maybe he meant Mire, I go first person because it's a lot cooler to go first person in the Mire. I would agree with that, Rex. The Mire is one of my favorite, if not my favorite kind of region in the map. I love how eerie it is, and it is definitely a lot cooler to play that in first person because all that stuff is just coming right at you. Bruv, a friend of the channel actually, and a longtime kind of friend of mine in the Discord, great guy. I third person when I'm outdoors or in an open indoor space, but with close quarters I will sometimes switch to first person. An example like that I can imagine if, like, let's say you were to go to like Abby's bunker or one of the bunkers in the Mire, it probably would be better to be in first person there as the corridors are kind of tight. Festivized Nugget, another friend of the channel, first person whenever, but when I am bored I go third person and walk the roads. My exact reasoning there, I just kind of like walking around and looking at my character. Usually a low-level character with a hunting rifle pretending that I'm actually in the wasteland. 100%, I totally get that, my man. That's super cool. Yeah, nothing else there in the DTD Discord, but thank you to Nugget, Bruv, and Captain Rex for your responses there. I got a lot more responses on my actual one. I got 20 comments here, so let's see, or my community post, I should say. So let's see what you guys, the loyal subscribers, said as well. Let's see. Elift Edge, ELEFTEDG, said, I think I use third more, but I like first sometimes. It's easier to tell if you have your hot swap set up right in first person. Yeah, that is true. I would agree. Crimson Mysterium 3284 says, as the meme says, one does not simply play Bethesda games in third person. That's a little variation on that the Boromir quote. I like that though. That is pretty cool. The Bethesda games, they are open world. You're going to want to take that in as much as you can. Although first person, third person, you're probably taking it. Yeah, I don't know. Brandon Marshall 547 says, I use third when I get bored or tired. First is unmatched for looting. Agreed. First is 100% unmatched for looting. There's a lot of stuff that you can miss even in first person, so third person makes it a little bit more difficult. Classically Just 1025 says, first person indoors and third person anywhere outside. I'd usually prefer to see my outfits that take an hour to assemble. Lol. I get that too. That makes a lot of sense. Sometimes I take that for granted, third person. I feel like I should be able to look at the work that I put into my character a lot more often. But then again, I'm wearing these same ratty clothes for going on a year and a half now. So, moving on. Thank you for that, Classic. Gutsboy1 says, I like first person because I can't make it through doorways in third person without getting hung up. LOL. I would agree too. Sometimes when you're walking around in here, actually, let's show it right here. I'll stand up and get off my lazy butt. Like if I were to go into third person here, all the way out. Oh no, it's going to go into the camp thing. There we go. If I were to come through this door, it kind of does that and makes it a little choppy. And yeah, I get what you're saying there, brother. I totally get what you're saying. And I think that was Guts that said that. Am I correct in that? That was Guts. Okay, moving on. Martin Helgeson never got used to third. Here, let me go into camera mode so it's my HUD's not there. Whoa! Really fast camera speed, my bad. But yeah, Martin says, never got used to third. Tried and keep on trying. Would prefer to have camera at longest range, but the resets quite often, so it's a bit disturbing. I would agree too. That is one of the biggest things. When I go into third person, I want to have the camera all the way out, but if I go into combat or if I try like looting something, it zooms in, and that always upsets me because I just have to reset it. So I would agree with you there, Martin. Monkey, biggest friend of the channel, next to Wasteland, he says, another question you should ask console players is, did you switch the jump button to A? Can you do that? Can you switch the jump button to A? I didn't even know that. But that is one of the biggest things. When I play this game, and then I hop back to another game, either in this game I'll press A, or in the other game I will press Y because I'm like used to the button layout. But Monkey, that was kind of funny. I did like that. Watery7288 says third for exploring, first for combat. Agreed on that. El Juju says I like first person when I'm fighting and third person when I'm just running around exploring. It seems like that's the consensus around here. Special Geek 40 says, I like third person so I can see what the blank my character is doing. I worry about myself sometimes. That is funny, Geek. That gave me a chuckle. I like that. The Atomic Punk says, I just can't do third. I miss everything. Doorways, loot, enemies, you name it. And I would agree, too. It seems a consensus here as well is that, you know, when you're kind of wanting to be cinematic, maybe if you're bored or tired or whatever, you go in third person just to run around. But first person is what you need if you're actually going to be paying attention and playing, and I would agree for that. Tamara Noib says, it makes me dizzy trying to play in third person. I can understand that. I feel like the sensitivity, the horizontal sensitivity at least, is a little bit faster, so I can get that. Whoa. Wolf Yargle, I'm just going to say Wolf Jarl Bane, 5771, says, first because I'm able to see things as if I'm there, but at times area awareness helps. So third person helps as well. And that definitely makes sense. Oh, it seems like Monkey has some other things here. He says third, so it looks like we read his first comment. I think he made a second comment, and this is the third one. We'll get to the second one in a second. Oh, sorry, never mind. I'm all over the place. He said third. I like being able to see, LOL. Fully zoomed out third person can help against enemies on the sides or back. I can't say that. I can't say that one, Monkey. He said it's bad with VATS since you have a higher distance. I'm not a true Fallout fan. I'm used to third person games. Side note, first person FOV sucks blank. Yeah, I mean, I get that. I get that. The thing with me is it's hard, man, because like I've played all the Fallout games and I liked, you know, roaming around the Capitol and the Mojave in third person, taking it slow, listening to the radio. And the thing is, I feel like with this game, there's too many enemies out there. You can't ever have that kind of like calm and serene moment where you're walking around the wasteland without something lunging at you or jumping at you or shooting at you. I feel like it was slightly less common in the previous games. So Monkey, I do kind of agree with you on that. Paul Hicks says I use both first and third person. Oh, nice. What's the word? Oh my gosh. The word would like Bernie Williams, the old Yankees player. Ambidextrous. That's the word I'm looking for. Seems Paul Hicks here is ambidextrous when it comes to first and third person. Martin Rooney says, like to have my wits about me, third person all the way. I love that phrase, keeping your wits about you. I love that, Martin. That's great. And yeah, I do agree with that. It seems like other people do as well. You know, kind of having that peripheral vision will allow you to see enemies a lot better. Felonious Eve, a frequent commenter here on the channel. Third person so I can see all the armor skins I've spent my atoms on. Yeah, I get that. And you know, and here we go. And Wastelord says literally the exact same thing. Third person to see my badass armor. Oh, that's awesome. Another friend of the channel here, Wastelord. Be sure to go check out Monkey and Wastelord. They do have their own content on their channels, and those are linked in my, my other channels thing on my channel. You can go see them there. Christopher Colella says, I dislike first person. I just can't play games that are. Gives me a headache. I don't find it enjoyable. Huh. Interesting. You know, my mom actually, she has trouble watching movies that move too fast, even the Oculus. She can't really use that for a long period of time. Maybe and same thing with me. So maybe that's I don't know if that's for everybody, but I think that is definitely something that a lot of people experience. So thank you, Christopher, for commenting that. And the final one that we have here from Keyboard King 8008, LOL, 1337, whatever, for that 8008. That's funny. He said third person to see my character. So there we go. And the final thing I can say here is the poll that I had, because I had attached to this question, I had a poll, first or third person. First person got a overwhelming 66% of the vote, while third person got 34%. So it seems like first person is the one that people play in the most. However, third person is used as well, for the most part, to kind of look at the cool outfits that we like to wear out here in the Wasteland. So guys, that is all that I have for this video. Kind of just one talking about the community's opinion on this stuff, and I can hopefully do more videos like this in the future. I love doing this kind of stuff and having you guys give me feedback, and then I can discuss it in a video. So thank you guys so much for commenting and taking part in this. Shout out to everybody that commented on the community post. Shout out to everybody that commented on the DTD Discord. I really do appreciate you guys' feedback, even just taking the time out of your day to give old Navigator a response. I do appreciate that. I have one more video out on the channel today talking about who is Graham, the traveling super mutant merchant out here in West Virginia, and I am stumbling over my words here. I'm kind of running out of words for the day, I would feel like, so I'm going to leave it there. My name is Navigator. Have a nice day. Take care.